Howdy music fans, thanks for joining me. This video is a response to Glen Kellaway from the Basement. He watched my backlog video and made a request that I do a video on Jerry Garcia. So here it is. He asked what I think of Jerry Garcia's guitar playing and what I think of Jerry Garcia's solo work in general. And so I'm going to tell you the little bit that I don't have a lot of big thoughts on this. I just think of Jerry Garcia as part of the Grateful Dead, and I like his work in the Grateful Dead. I like his singing. I like his guitar playing. I like his writing with Robert Hunter. And the Grateful Dead are very near and dear to my heart. They were one of my top two favorite bands when I was a kid, just getting into music. I really loved them very much. I was one of those oddballs that liked the studio albums more than the live stuff, but I liked several of the live albums a lot too. And that leads me into Jerry Garcia. My favorite live album was always Dead Reckoning of the Dead, and one of my favorite live albums of all time. And Dead Reckoning is I've talked about it recently in other videos, so I'm not going to go too much into it. But it's an acoustic live album, and I had it on vinyl, or my brother did, and I would borrow it from him. And that was a double, I remember. And then they put it out on a single CD. I think they cut one track from it. And then since then, it's been put out with the missing track, and it's been put out as a double CD with a bunch of bonuses and all kinds of stuff in the box set, like I've shown. Anyway, I love that sound. I love those songs. I love that feel that Garcia has on that. He plays what's called a lot of in the Mixolydian mode, and I don't know a lot about modes and scales, but he plays. The Grateful Dead play a lot more modal. Phil Lesh will kind of play his bass lines reacting more to Garcia than he will to Mickey Hart or whomever he's playing drums with, whoever's playing drums at the time. So that's kind of interesting. And if you base things in a Mixolydian scale, what I've been reading up on it, you can kind of vamp on one or two chords, and one of those chords is thought of as the kind of home bass, the root chord, the one chord, and from there you can kind of go anywhere, and he does that. And I think of his guitar playing as kind of spacey and dreamy, and it takes my mind places, and I love that about him. I absolutely do. I don't get off on the real weird, crazy, long, spacey jams, but when they play a song that's 6 minutes, I can handle it. 6, 7 minutes. Um, I think he's just got it's a very distinct guitar sound, obviously, that everybody knows, and I like it very much. I love his guitar playing. I don't know what else to say besides that, but I'll show you what I have of his. I have this Jerry Garcia Lonesome Prison Blues because I found it at the library sale for $1. And I thought, well, I can't go wrong with for $1. I'll give it a try. And it's got a lot of these favorite tunes from on Dead Reckoning, which I don't need to keep repeating these songs, but I somehow, you'll see, I kind of tend to do that. But that means that it's probably going to go in a direction that I like. That album is going to be an acoustic, most likely, album with songs I like, and then the other songs I'll probably like too. And this is with John Kahn. I don't know who he is, but and I remember when I bought this album, or yeah, when I picked this album up from the library, listening to it and enjoying it quite a bit. And it has Deep Ellum Blues and Friend of the Devil. That's not on Reckoning, but it has Jack Rowe, which is, and so's Oh Baby It Ain't No Lie. And then he's got Dylan's It Takes a Lot to Laugh and A Train to Cry. And so he does have some things that are not on Reckoning, but then it also has Ripple, I've Been All Around This World, and Dire Wolf. So I knew it was in that vein and that I would like it, and I do. Next is the next one is exactly in that vein, Jerry Garcia Acoustic Band, and I like this album a lot also, and it's a lot of the same songs, and then of course some other songs as well. And I like his bluegrass playing too, and I've had a live electric one of his. I forget what it was called, but it had How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You. I used to go to yard sales and garage sales and buy CDs and go resell them or trade them in to kind of feed my habit. I did that for 2 summers. I ended up making like $1,000 and also getting a lot over those 2 summers probably, and also getting a lot of great music for myself, and then trading in a lot of great music. One of the CDs I found on that trip was that Jerry Garcia CD. It didn't have the case. It was one, from one of these people that keeps it in those big booklets and sleeves. Um, but it did have the front cover, so I kept that for a while in one of those skinny CD cases. And I don't know what I did with it, but I don't have it anymore. But I did like that live album of his, a live electric album of his, quite a bit. I thought his version of "How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You" was pretty good. Um, so I would love to get more stuff by him. I don't like the one with Merle Saunders. Is that it? The one that's real? It has "Let It Rock" on it, and it's really long and spacey. A lot of it is. I don't like that stuff as much. It's a little too jazzy for me personally. I have gotten to jazz at times, mostly just bebop and swing. But anyway, we're not talking about jazz. But certainly this stuff can be thought of as jazzy because they go off on these improvisational paths that kind of take you to other places. Next one I have is Jerry Garcia, David Grossman, Shady Grove, and I got that. I don't know, probably in a record store used somewhere, knowing that it would, it would sound like acoustic Jerry Garcia, bluegrassy stuff. I also used to have Old and In the Way. I don't know where that is now and why I don't have it anymore. I've had it, I've sold it, I've had it, I've sold it. I guess the last time I had it, I sold it because I can't find it anywhere. This has Shady Grove, of course, and Steelin', which is a great song, and Lewis Collins, it's a great Mississippi John Hurt song. And Whiskey in the Jar is an old fiddle tune, and yeah, it's got some great songs on here. The Handsome Cabin Boy, I Truly Understand. Casey Jones, another old finger picking blues song. So yeah, I like that. And then what sparked this was that in my backlog, Glenn saw this, and I have not had a chance to listen to it, but I bought it on a day that I had my headset and my little Discman, and I listened to enough of it that I thought, I sampled enough of it that I thought, I'm going to buy this. I dig it. I like it. I'll check it out. So it's in my backlog, so I don't know what I think of it yet, but I'm assuming I'm going to, for the most part, probably like it. I also had the Pizza Tapes or something for a while. I didn't like that one, and I got rid of it. And I think that's it for my Jerry Garcia, aside from all my Grateful Dead stuff. So, Glenn, thanks so much for making the request. I hope this fulfills it. And thanks for watching, folks. Have a good day. Bye.